speaking of out of control and the road to WrestleMania and all that, we have the Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia. People are just like, oh, the 60,000's a sellout. But it's like, yeah, well, WWE with the whole stage and everything, it was always going to be like 50,000 people there. So whatever.
Right.
I think they sold. It's pretty much like a sellout, big ass show. Wembley, all in.
Oh no, but Taylor Swift, Wembley, Batman.
But here's the matches. Here's our little preview. And this isn't the go home show, but what else is going to transpire? Maybe one match gets added, So this is pretty much the card, right?
Yeah, the
And
kickoff.
yeah, like we have the kickoff, so maybe there's a match there, or maybe because there's only 4 matches so far, but at the Royal Rumble there was only 4 matches. The Elimination
Great,
Chamber
so
match, I mean, those are. How long do you think those matches go for? You know what I mean?
maybe
Those are
this
like.
maybe this is the pacing now.
Yeah, and they
Going
were like
forward.
hour-long matches too, Maybe this is the pacing, at least for these gimmick shows, where like the guys and the girls both need to get their gimmick match in,
Yeah.
So either way, we have, and we don't know what's the main event and what's not. You can assume that the men's Elimination Chamber match will be the main event. So before any of the matches, we have Cody Rhodes and I think Seth Rollins appearing on the Grayson Waller effect. Your thoughts on that? Your
Oh,
prediction?
I can't wait to hear that pop for Grayson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be really great.
Do you think we get people are like Seth's gonna turn on Cody? Do you think we get any sort of shit like that, or do we?
No, nah.
What do you think will happen if like Cody Rhodes hits a crossroads on Grayson Waller? Like that would be fucking dumb, right?
I think all it is it's gonna be them announcing that night one is them versus The Rock and Roman or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And
Night 2,
they're
Cody, yeah.
right,
And
right.
then The Rock will fuck him out of the belt, and then
Yeah,
they'll build up the correct way to fucking.
yep.
Then we get Cody Rock, and then we also get Roman Rock, and then we also get Roman Cody 3, where he ultimately wins the belt. Oh my god, WWE, man, they got years of shit. The first match though, the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, who's also Senor Money in the Bank, take on the New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, in an undisputed tag team championship match. My predictions, I guess we'll X-Files this whole segment here. Judgment Day beats Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, and then the New Catch Republic kind of flounder and have some matches with DIYX. Your thoughts?
Agree. But I don't know if they'll exactly flounder. I think Pete Dunne will get enough of a pop with like being a mid Carter for SmackDown, so
And then, but you think Judgment Day retaining for sure?
yeah, oh yeah, obviously. Because fucking man, Judgment Day is eternal. Like I told you months ago. Here we are, still going.
Becky Lynch. So this is the women's elimination chamber match. Or maybe we'll talk about those after. Sorry, let's back. Rhea Ripley, the women's champion, the women's world champion, taking on Nia Jax. Obviously Rhea Ripley's gonna win because they already set up
Right.
the match with Becky at Mania. Who's obviously gonna win the chamber, stepping on their own dicks. Or maybe they do a double swerve and Nia gets the belt off Ripley, and then Becky doesn't win the chamber, and then you have an extra women's money match for Mania, but I don't think they'll risk doing all that shit. That's very outlandish. So, your thoughts on Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax?
Hey, is that my dick down there? Sure be a shame if I stepped on it, huh? Oh, fuck. Stepped on my dick again.
Yep.
Jesus.
The women's elimination chamber match, we have Becky Lynch taking on Bianca Belair versus Liv Morgan, fighting Tiffany Stratton, battling Naomi, combating. I tried to use a different one every time. Combating the
I know I liked it.
battle royal winner of that will take place like this SmackDown, I think, or this Raw. There'll be a women's battle royal.
I'm not sure. We'll find out though.
Yeah, okay, we'll find out. Because I don't know if they announced who it could be. But anyways, Becky Lynch, Bianca, Liv Morgan, Tiff, Naomi. It'll be a great match, but Becky's gonna win. So we already know that. So it doesn't even matter who wins this battle royal. Yeah, your predictions on that match.
Tiffany Stratton, all the way. Tiffy time.
Do you think so? They're gonna make her look really good, and she might even
Yeah,
pin out
yeah.
like she might even like pin out a Bianca and like her only elimination will
I
be like
think
getting to the end.
it'll probably come down to Tiffany and Becky because Tiffany and Becky was that NXT pay-per-view. You know what I'm
But do
saying?
you think they're pushing Tiffany that hard? You don't think it'll be like Bianca and Becky, like the two
Well,
girls
who
that
else is going to be the main, like the last
Bianca,
two?
dude, like if Bianca and Becky are in the last two, it's like, dude, either of them
Okay,
could win
that's yeah.
this.
Okay, okay, okay.
You know, like you
Touche.
don't know who
Yeah,
they're
okay.
going with. Yeah. So, but you could be onto something though. For sure, Becky and Tiff are going to work. I could see them being the first two though. Like I could see Tiff going in first and then
Okay, yeah.
lasting a while and then
I
pinning
agree
out
with
some,
that more.
yeah,
Yeah.
pinning out like
Yeah.
Naomi, like doing something crazy where everyone's like, oh shit, but then she gets beat. But anyways, and then we have the men's elimination chamber match: Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Dummy, yeah.
Dude, Kevin Owens and Logan Paul, the United States champion, are in the match. Who do you think's gonna win, man? We got McIntyre, we got Orton, we got Lashley, we got LA Knight, we got Owens, we got Logan Paul. I'm like again 99% sure of who's gonna win this match. Your thoughts first, and then we'll get into my.
Man, wouldn't it have to be Drew?
It's got to be Drew. Yeah, you're spot on.
Right?
It's got to be Drew. Drew's gonna win. So what I heard, this is what I heard through the
Oh,
sources, through the grapevine.
Billy Bobby.
Yeah. Um,
SRS told you this and then
yeah.
blocked
Sean
you
told me, he called
again.
me
Yep,
after the
Sean
last episode.
unblocked you. Yep.
Um, but like before Punk came in, it was gonna be Drew Seth, and the idea was Drew, well, I don't know, maybe Drew win the belt finally, but the idea was it was gonna be Drew Seth, and then when Punk came in, that legit got changed to Seth Punk. And that's why they started the Drew storming off shit. Da 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 da. Like they're working it into an angle. So now that Punk's injured, they're just reverting back to Drew versus Seth. And
Right.
that's why Drew's all over every show and Seth's all over every show, because ultimately it's going to lead up to like on night 2, Drew and Seth are going to have to throw down. And then you have like Priest there
And
with
then
the Money in the Bank.
right. And then just Priest is gonna cash in or is he gonna botch?
Maybe he doesn't even cash in yet. Like, or maybe Drew beats yeah, maybe Drew beats fucking Seth and then he cashes in, or maybe Seth beats Drew and then we don't know, but ultimately it's all culminating sort of at WrestleMania. But I think we're gonna get Drew, because I think what you have is Logan Paul. I know people are saying Paul versus Owens or whatever, but I think, and other people are saying LA Knight versus Paul, where LA Knight finally gets a United States title. But I don't know the way it's going. I think we get some sort of
Nah.
Randy Orton versus Logan Paul come out of Elimination Chamber leading into Mania. That's like a big marquee match, you know? Orton versus Paul. Like, I don't know. I think that's the move to make. If I'm WWE, I have Logan Paul go over on Orton if I'm thinking long term. But yeah, I don't know,
I'm,
man.
I'm keeping that belt on Logan Paul for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. So it sucks because LA Knight's kind of shooed to the side, and you know, you got Bobby Lashley. Everyone's over, but
Kinda.
does it really suck, or is it just like it just means that like when I turn
But
on the
so
show more, you know, AEW when they're like, oh, it's a stacked card, Commander versus Moxley, and Jay White will fight Jay Lethal, and then fucking Eddie Kingston will fight Yuji Nagata. It's stacked, legends, duh. But it's like, listen, this is what's more stacked is when like every match on the card just means so much because it's LA Knight and it's Lashley and it's Owens and it's Paul and it's Orton and it's McIntyre and it's Seth and it's Nakamura and it's Zayn and it's Cody. Like everyone I just said is so fucking over, you know? And it's Rock and
okay.
it's Roman. We're not even mentioning those guys. So it's like, yeah, I just think
Um,
that like that's what stacked is to me. It's like I don't know. You go ahead, sorry.
here's the main thing about LA Knight though, Doug, is he completely gets wrestling psychology, as in he utilizes all his on-screen time. You know what I'm saying? Every second he's doing something to captivate the crowd or keep your attention, you know, and like that's the whole thing is like not necessarily I was gonna say Vince there, I goofed there, but like you know what I'm saying, back in the day, that's what Vince wanted to see, who's gonna utilize their time and capture this and that, and you know. So I do agree with you that he's somewhat on the back burner, but it's like when he is on screen, man, he really is just like utilizing every second to get himself over.
No, I cannot argue with that, man. I am looking forward to the Elimination Chamber. I cannot lie, but like you said, I might not wake up at that time to watch it, which is
I think I
why,
gotta
like,
work.
yeah, and like people don't realize, like, just everyone going like, Rock, Cody versus Roman at Elimination Chamber, and then Rock versus Roman at Mania. It's like they're not putting Rock or fucking Cody or Punk even. Cody's not even wrestling on this card. And why? Oh, they're going to rob them of a show. I hear people say that. They're going to rob Perth of a. No, it's not that. It's because when you go into the market and then you just automatically sell 45K, then the next time you go into the market, then you go, hey, we've got Cody versus Punk. And then they
Yeah.
fucking go to 65K. It's called building the market. UFC did this exact same thing. This is, again, I say it every fucking show. This is, Endeavor, TKO, UFC. They already understand. Dana White, okay, The Rock, even, because he's tight with Dana. They understand this already because they've been doing it with the UFC. And the pandemic just slowed everything down. That's all it did. So WWE, they're going to go there, and you don't need to give them like Rhea Ripley getting her moment, conquering the big giant Nia Jax, and then her coming out and squaring off with Becky or whatever. Like that's a moment, whatever. That sells out the building as much as they need to sell it out. To have 45K, they can build a huge set. And then the next time they go back, it'll be 65K sellout. They build a smaller set, but then they'll give you the fucking Roman versus whoever. They have to enter these markets first. You can't just dump, you can't hot shot book the market because you get into it the one time, right? Like this is how you have, this is why you
Well,
have a
okay.
roster, depth in the roster. This event is on the backs of people who don't even really hold belts. Let's look at this. Other than Rhea, and she's the hometown girl, and then okay, Judgment Day. This pay-per-view is built off the backs of Judgment Day. Let's just put it that way. Almost, it's like they're gonna carry the
Okay.
show. So
And again, I want to say, with everything you're saying, you're not just talking out your ass and spewing shit. You are presenting a fact and then explaining yourself. You know what I'm saying? You said, fucking, this is exactly what the UFC and all those cats did, and now they
yeah.
are doing the same practice, and like they're gonna
Same
build
with
a
France. It's
bigger
it's like how Backlash is in France, right? Okay, they're
brand.
gonna it'll be what will happen was we'll see like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn get pushes. Like you'll see one of them challenge like whoever the world heavyweight champ is in the main event because they can speak French, like French Canadian, which is different than European French, but it's the same, but it's inflections, different little
Oh
slang
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
terminologies. Yeah, but either way though, we'll see that dude. Like we'll see like Kevin Owens versus fucking whoever in France, and it will be so he can do the French media and shit, but it will be like it doesn't need to be like fucking Punk and Roman duke it out in France. They don't need to do that the first time going
Yeah,
there.
no, that's
They're gonna go
that's
blow the
Tony.
door open. Yeah, like you guys are thinking with the immediacy mentality, the
Yeah.
TikTok, the Tony Khan
Oh
hot
yeah,
shot. Yeah, so I'm just telling you guys, like, trust me, this
you're
is the way to do it. Keep Punk. Like, I'm not glad Punk's injured, but it's like I hate that he's missing Mania, but it's like he shouldn't be doing even an eliminate. What the fuck are we putting Punk in a chamber for? I'm glad Cody's not in it. And he's sacrificed so much this year, like or the last like WWE year, April to April. Like I don't need to see him in a fucking chamber in Perth. Go spend some time with your kid. I guess he'll be there, but yeah, just a grueling match. But nonetheless, man, we're excited for that.